Hey, what is going on, guys? Coming at you with a quick updated deck profile, and today I'll be showing you guys my cubics. Decided to bust this deck back out at my local tournament yesterday. Just wanted to have a little bit of fun and also test out for basically what we're doing is a bad deck tournament sometime within the next week or two. With the idea being that, everybody should be playing something fun and roguish that's like tier 3 and below. So decks like Spiral and Trick Stars are outright banned, and then other tier 2 decks like Paleos, ABC, Dracos, things like that. All have certain hits to them, and you just certain like degenerate like cards and combos are hit. Like we have our own custom ban list for it, to where basically, as I said, it's everything tier 3 and below. It's everything like table 500 scrub trash for the most part. Cubics are a little bit above that in a sense, but they are obviously prone to bricks. And I did make a few changes from the last list. This one, the theory behind it was just to be a spiral busting deck, to be able to survive a turn or two against spirals, and then just be able to just blow your load, just drop your cubic balls on the table and be able to OTK your opponent. And I did a very good job of doing that throughout the whole local tournament. I ended up beating both my spiral matchups, and I ended up getting second place at the local tournament, just barely losing out to Lucas's Pendulum Magicians, who got first place. And I just did his profile on the channel, so feel free to check that out. But without rambling any further, we'll go ahead and get right into the updated deck profile. So cubic monster lineup's pretty much the same here. We of course have the free boss monster, the free Crimson Nova, the free Duza, the free V-Gem, the cubic seed. I always keep going back and forth between 2 and 3, but I am glad I went with 3, because in this local tournament I end up using Karma's on-field effect a lot to be able to send V-Gems to boost one of my cubics. So yeah, it was definitely useful to have 3 V-Gem, and the third one would often be sided out going into games 2 and 3. For the other cubic names, the 1 Giragal, the 1 Dark Garnix, 1 Vulcan Dragny, 1 Blade Garudia, 1 Endoria Doomvault, which was actually summoned once off of the trap card, and actually was very useful in the Spiral grind game, where I was able to summon it out. Next turn it was destroyed, and then I was able to summon out basically 3 Duzas, and then also search out a cubic card, which was a cubic wave, and it basically just got me to where like I was protected for that turn, and the next turn I had the obvious OTK. It was a very grindy game, so yeah, that does happen sometimes. And then finally the 1 Buster Gundale. As I said, pretty much all here for names. So as you can see now, we do play some hand traps. My theory before with the deck was that hand traps were bad because basically in order to do the one thing this deck wants to do, which is summon Nova, you need like 4 cards in hand. You need the Nova, and then you need 3 different cubic names. So, in theory, like it just kind of sucks to have to put like other bricks in there like hand traps to take up hand space, but the way spirals are now and the way this meta is now, you kind of need hand traps to be able to survive a couple turns. And like spirals are a deck that's so prone to hand traps, especially in like their suboptimal hands, to where even just that 1 hand trap can buy you a turn or two to be able to gather up your resources to OTK if you didn't open the best. So yeah, it definitely was the right choice. So we're actually playing the standard 7 hand traps actually. The free Ash Blossom, the free Ghost Ogre, and the 1 Maxi. I definitely consider maining Droll and Lockbird, but I just didn't have room in the main. I still wanted this to be as consistent as possible, to still be able to do my Crimson Nova stuff. So yeah, just the 7. Basically just ended up replacing the Allure Darkness engine that I usually do for this deck with like Kaijus and Summoner Monk and stuff. I definitely didn't look back from it. It was a good choice. For spells, of course, the 3 Cubic Karma, your Searcher, and also an attack booster that gets rid of your V-Jams. And then the free cubic wave, huge OGK enabler, potential Fiendish Chain as well for your opponent's monsters. The free Foolish Burial Goods to get our Karma, or if we need to, get the trap card in graveyard to stall a bit. 2 Paw Desires for extra consistency. 2 main deck Twin Twisters. Not really a back row heavy enough meta to really need 3, but it is nice to have against that like 1 or 2 back row that your opponent has set, and also sometimes get your Karma out of hand to be able to get a search. And then for final spells, the 1 Dark Hole and Run Regeki. I was considering maybe like playing evenly matched in the main instead of these, but I'm not a huge fan of the card, at least in a local environment, so Dark Hole and Regeki was fine. And then for the trap cards, just the free unification for that extra bit of stall. And this does help you cycle through your Duzas, which can potentially get you more searches by dumping karma and just snowball into like an OTK the next turn. So yeah, that of course is the 40 card main deck. For the extra, for rank 4s, we have Castel, Utopia, Lightning, and the 1 Tornado Dragon. And then for rank 10s, we just have the 1 Superdora and the 1 Gustav Max, since our Crimson Nova is level 10. And there are like those really rare occasions where you end up being left with 2 Novas on board and you're somehow not able to OTK and you're like 3,000 life points or less. So you need to overlay them into something to avoid just dying that turn. So these two are decent options for that. Then we do play Link, since we do set the Scapegoat. So we have the 2 Link Spider and the 1 Mrs. Radiant. The 1 Ib for the Scapegoat combo with the Scapegoat combo with 1 monster. To get you the +1 draw. The 1 Proxy, 1 Decode, 1 Ningirsu, 1 Borreload, and then finally the 1 Topologic. For the side, we do have the free Jewel and Lockbird. This got sided in a lot against Spiral matchup, against Pendulum Magicians as well. Pretty solid card. Typically what I would do is side out like 3 of my just like not needed cubic names. I'd side out like a V-Jam, side out one of my free Foolish Burial Goods in order to side these in, and it worked out pretty well. We do have a small Kaiju package with the 1 Gamma Seal, 1 Commonguous, 1 Jizukiru, and the 1 Slumber. The 2 Scapegoat for when we're forced to go first, just for a little bit of stall and potential link plays to get over our opponent's threats. The 3rd Twin Twister in the side. The 3-Dimensional Barrier for going first against Paleos or Pendulum Magicians. And then speaking of 2 Pendulum Magicians, we have the 2 evenly matched. Finally got use out of this card at my locals yesterday. It basically won me the game 2 going second against Lucas's Pendulum Magicians. This card's just insane against that deck. So yeah, I mean, I finally got my money's worth out of it, at least for that one game, but I still just don't think it's good enough against Spyral to warrant being main decked. Plus, it just completely contradicts what this deck wants to do, because it wants to gather up its resources and be able to OTK, and just skipping your battle phase to get over everything but one probably good card just isn't that great for this kind of deck. So that is it for this updated deck profile on my Cubics. I do hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.